everyone, Amanda here, and I am coming to you today with a very cool brand new series that I'm starting here on the blog called the 30-Minute Scrapper. And basically it's me trying to scrapbook a page in 30 minutes, something that, or less. Something that I pride myself on a lot is just being able to go up to my space and quickly pull together a page that I am proud of and get some journaling done and a memory of my life documented. So that's what I'm doing today. What you see here are some supplies that I pulled. They'll probably look familiar because they're from my Two Girls in a Kit that I did a video on. I'll link that down below. And I've just pulled together a very small amount of supplies. And one of the things that's key to being able to scrap quickly and be effective with what you're doing is training yourself to work with a small amount of things. So I'll go through these pretty quickly. The first thing I have are some basic gray alphabet stickers. I have the Cherish font stickers from American Crafts. They're like a gray felt with a white polka dot, very tiny white polka dot. I have some enamel dots, and I can't remember who these are from. Possibly Studio Calico, and I threw away the packaging. I have some My Mind's Eye from Studio Calico enamel dots. I've got the giant rhinestones from Glitz Design. This is the 77 lime. And then I have the 77 is actually the collection. 77 collection from Glitz is actually my inspiration for the entire page. So we went to. I'll tell you a little bit of background. My grandmother, my husband's grandmother, took us to see a dinner theater show for my husband's birthday, and it was an Elvis type. It wasn't a story about Elvis, but it was a story, a play about a couple, and all the music was from Elvis. So I really thought that these. The 77 line with the oranges and the blacks and the teals kind of said rock and roll. So since Elvis was the king of rock and roll, I thought that it was very appropriate. But because two of the three people that were there were women, and so there's going to be some women in the photos, me and my husband's grandmother, I wanted to pull in some florally things. But the floral still has this bright orange that you see here and a khaki which blends in. And so it works well. But I have these giant rhinestones that I'm going to be using. I have the titles and alphabet sticker sheets, and this right here is going to be huge whenever you see the sketch that I will be using. Figuring out how to use these already pre-made border stickers to create quick and easy borders, as well as using some of the elements like the rounder elements, the hearts, the labels, to create elements that you might see on a sketch without pulling together a ton of different collections and a ton of different supplies. So I have that. I have the alphabet and word sticker sheet, and this is a great representation of the colors that's in the 77 collection. I have some, this is Feather Vellum, and I am almost positive that this is an older Studio Calico paper or vellum, but I'm not completely positive, so I'll try to do some research, but don't hold me to that. Then I have this POW glitter paper from American Crafts. I have the basic gray persimmon ginger snap. I'm going to be using this orange color paper. From Lucky Charm, this is Little Trinket. And it's got this floral on this side, and then you may recognize it from the typed print on the back. And then just a page of kind of a mint green pool-like color, and that's going to be my background. So the sketch that I'm using is a sketch that I created for the Two Girls in a Kit. And just to let you know, we've decided to kind of do Two Girls in a Kit more seasonally, and it's just because we both have some really exciting things going on, and we want to definitely continue with it because everyone seems to really be enjoying it, but it's too much with full-time jobs and kids and families and traveling to commit to every month. So this is kind of like the spring, beginning of summer type kit, and then we're going to be coming out with a new one soon. So this is the sketch that I created. Very simple. You have background, smaller piece of a background, some matting behind the photos. It calls for 2 4x6 photos. Title goes down here, and then some embellishments. You see I have 2 borders. That's going to be very easy to achieve in a very short amount of time with the supplies that I pulled, as well as the embellishments and the like the circular and the heart and the label. Everything here you're going to see how quickly it is to pull together. And then I have my journaling over here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my timer. Where's my phone at? Get it started. And my challenge is to get this entire page done in 30 minutes. So I'm feeling pretty confident, but I don't want to spend all my time talking and getting distracted. I want to jump straight to it. I'm going to keep my sketch over here handy, and here we go. Alright, so I'm starting with this paper, and then I'm going to be using this paper as my background. So, of course I'm going to be wasting time because my supplies won't come out, but normally I would cut the middle out of this, but since it's older and it's been in my stash for a while and I haven't used it yet, I don't think I'm going to miss it too much. So I'm just going to grab this and quickly map this down. This will be the one time that, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Trim it down. So I'm going to trim this down about an inch on both sides. I'm going to do about half an inch. And I'm really hoping that my phone doesn't die. If it does though, I'll pay attention to the time so that I know I started at about 4:37. This matted right there. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with this paper right here. And for this one, I'm going to use this bold orange pattern. And so this is about, I'd say, a 7-inch. Let's see. A lot of times on this, I just guess. I'm going to do 7.5. Nope, I'm going to do 7. 7 by, let's do 7 by 10. 1.5. So there's that. The next layer that I'm going to bring in is my gold. And I'm going to do, let's see, my photos are 4 by 6. I'm going to do 5. Yeah. 4 by 9. Now you may be thinking, how in the world is she picking these sizes? And honestly, I just am doing it. I'm not really focusing too much on the measurements, more focused on getting them on. So getting them cut. And this is how I scrap a lot of time. I just grab a few, spend 5-10 minutes on supplies, and then the rest of the time is spent scrapping. And it's just pulling stuff together, not caring so much about sizes and shapes and all that stuff, but just getting it down. So at this point, let's see, I'm just going to cut this off really fast. Alright, let's check our time. I have been scrapping for 3.5 minutes, and I have all of the main elements of my page created. So I'm going to go ahead and figure out how I want these layered up. And alright, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I like the placement of all this stuff. For this, I'm going to use glue dots because with it being vellum on that glitter paper, I'm not entirely sure how well it will hold up. Just thinking, I know that I want to leave a little bit of space for my title, but it doesn't have to be exact. My title's kind of on the longer scale, so probably won't fit in that area anyway. And of course, I wasn't paying attention and forgot that that was there. Okay, and then this one. going to do my little trick, kind of the look of that edge that you get when you stitch on your page. But with this layout, I probably could add a little bit of stitching, but I'm not going to get too overzealous with it being my first one. But I just kind of raise up the edges here. Okay, and then it kind of gives you that look. And then my one's here. Come in. See, that's what I was afraid of. That's why I used the glue dot. I want these to be more over here. And then we'll center this here. Okay. Alrighty. So now I'm going to start looking and pulling my stick. I'm going to go back over here to my kit. I know in this corner I've added some color shine, or well, in my mind it was color shine, but some ink splatter. So I am going to do that, and I'll probably pull my picture back up to do it. I'm going to use this Black Velvet by Heidi Swap. So let's see. I'm going to just grab this, and that little tear won't matter so much because it'll just help me see exactly where I am splattering my ink. I grab this and just quickly drip, drip, and on my sketch I have it in 3 really distinct places, which is where my layering is going to be. So, and this dries pretty quickly, so it'll just going to keep going. If I wanted to, I could zap it with my heat gun, and since I might as well go ahead. Just because I don't want to make any messes. It's still a little wet though. Alrighty. Come back here and grab my photo again. Just put that back down here. Okay, so now I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at my sketch, and I know that I need like a banner or a thing here. You know what I forgot to do was this, but that's no big deal. And then I've got some rounder elements here. Definitely see where I've got some enamel dots. Alright, so for this right here, I thought that this was a perfect match. And it's a little bit different of a shade of orange, but I'm not too worried about it because once I put in the border things that I'm going to be using, it's not going to matter so much. So according to my sketch, I have this running all the way across and onto my photo, but I want to kind of, first of all, I want to make sure that it goes all the way across. So what I'm actually going to do, if I can find them, here we go, is I'm going to use some dimensional adhesive on the very end here so that it stands up. Okay, so there's that, and I can come back in and I'm going to slide one back here too. There. And then I'll come in with my scissors. Wish you guys could see my workspace, you'd have a heart attack. Okay. Trim that off. Then I need a heart shape. So well, before I do that, I'm going to do my border stickers. And the ones that I'm definitely going to use first is this black one right here. For this top. And I want it to run the full length, starting about here. So a trick, so that you don't use it all. I'm sure this is nothing new to you, but I actually think I want to put it on top. So I'm going a little bit off the design. And the design, I have it going underneath all of the layers. But here I want to kind of separate that a little bit. So I'm going to go there. And then I'll show you a trick for lining this up. Just take a ruler and lay it about there, and then I can very easily figure out and get it mostly straight on this end. Okay, so then I've got that left over. Now I'm going to take this sticker and I am going to punch it just like I would if it was a piece of paper. Easy peasy. You can punch stickers. Do it all the time. Well, not all the time. That would be lying, but anyway. And you know that you don't have to do all of it because you... And I can kind of look over and see how much I have left. I want to make sure I give myself enough. I'd say that's about good. Okay, so there's that, and then I got all these little tiny sticker pieces. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in right underneath that black. Cut that off. And then, perfect. Okay. I can save that. Okay. Alright, so you can see where I'm at so far. I have that nice scallop, and I have... I'm rocking it. Look at that. Okay, so I've got this element up here. Now I want to look at my heart shaped. I know I want to use this black one. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab my dimensional adhesive. Got the jitters, guys. I'm like shaking. That's because I'm nervous. I do this all the time, so like I said, I feel pretty confident in myself, but I've never done it on film before. Okay. So I'm going to put this right about here. I need to trim those ends off a little bit more. And then I have 2 dots here, there and there. I'm going to grab my enamel dots. Let's see, these are really super close to the colors that I need. So I'm just going to grab a couple of those. Sprinkle them around a little bit. Okay, now let's move on to this corner down here. It has a round element. So the things that I have to choose from on the sticker sheet are I have these 2 circles here, but then on my badges I have this Oh Happy Day, I have this numbers, I have this cool peacock looking design, and I know I want to use one of the rounder ones, or the bigger ones, so it kind of limits me to these 3. So the one that I'm thinking of is either this black one or the Oh Happy Day one. I'm going to play with it though and see which one I like best. So there's that, and then there's that one. I'm actually going to just cut it apart. Just laying them both down. I like that there. And I'm thinking on the design it just has some more enamel dots, but You know, I'm going to go ahead and do my title because I don't want to run out of time for it. And even though the sketch has the title down here, I am going to, nope, I'm going to keep it right there. So I'm going to use this Cherish font for the all and the up. And I'm going to grab just this, it's actually the Thickers paper. The shook is going to be in this orange. And I might finish out, I think I am. Yep, I like that. And I can actually add in the little quotation mark thingies, possibly. I wonder what would happen. You know what? I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna add my title right here. It's just kind of a strange place, but I like it. So now you just pull these off. I don't think I've ever done a layout where I put the title in the middle of the page. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna put those on there. Okay, anyway, so there's that. I've got my title. How much time do I have? Oh, look at me. Okay, so now I need to go back and figure out. All my U's are falling off. Not good. I hate when that happens. Where'd my other one go? Okay. So since I have a little bit of time left, I'm going to stick these back in because I don't want them falling apart anymore because they're one of my more favorite fonts that I have lately. You can see those U's are just not staying there. Okay. So I'm going to come back to this. I still have to decide between this one and this one. And I think I want to add another kind of banner. Here's a sketch again. I like the thought of this one. Pop it up, and it does say the word "and" in the middle. Could have been meant to be part of the title, but I'm just gonna fix that. It doesn't have to say "and." Put it right here, and then I can put I'm thinking one of these. Nope, not big enough. You know what? There was. Where did mine? Here we go. Do I like that? Sure. I'm going to grab my enamel dots again. I want to use some of the orange here. And you'll notice the only color that I haven't really brought into play is the pink. And the pink was simply an accent color. And you don't always have to bring every single color to the page. Remember that. If you're just not feeling it, don't do it. That's what I say. Because 9 times out of 10 you will figure out, oh man, I really wish I hadn't done that. Okay, so the sketch has one more grouping of embellishments right down here. And I am going to, let's see. I want to use one of these arrows that has the gold heart in the middle. I think I'm going to put it right here. And then for this part down here, I could use another heart. I'm looking over here at my sheet. I could use another heart, or I could use let's see. How am I on time? 9 minutes. Okay. So you know what? I think I'm actually going to call it done. Mommy? And you can see why. Mommy! Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add my journaling. Mommy? Adeline, I'll be right there, okay? Okay. Okay. I'm going to add my journaling just like it is according to the sketch. Now this is a perfect example of real life. This is why I have 30 minutes at a time to scrap, because stuff like this happens. So I'm going to write right over top of my journaling, and I'm just going to write about our trip to La Comedia. So let's see. Hi, baby. So basically what I'm writing is Landon, Grandma Betty, and I went to La Comedia to see the show All Shook Up on Sunday. It was so fun getting out and spending time together. The food and entertainment was great as well. Okay, and that is the gist of my journaling. So there you go. I did it in 24 minutes, and I have a complete scrapbook page that is taken just from my sketch using a very short list of supplies. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I have lots more coming soon, and don't be afraid. Go grab a few items, maybe one certain kit if you buy your things in a kit like that, like a whole collection kit, and challenge yourself. I'm being summoned. I better go. Bye, guys.